Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Gigi here. Thank you so much for joining me for another collective energy reading. If you're new, please take a moment to subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you all could hit the like button, send an energetic donation to the channel. It would mean the world to me. It helps me pick up on your energy. Everything you guys need to know about my services, my email, my website, all of that down in the description box below. This is a collective energy reading. So please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Place yourself in the reading where you belong, please and thank you. And remember, Gigi is your friend, not a therapist, here with messages from Spirit, his angels, my ancestors, and spirit guides to communicate with you, you and energies that have messages to say to you guys. Okay, so please take it how it is. Couple of announcements real quick. Tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will be having my weekly live reading. And Saturday, the 2nd, I will be having another pop-up shop at the dispensary here in Merced. It's called Burners Merced. It's an awesome place to come grab some smoke and come see me for all of your spiritual goodies that you may want or need, and just some fun things for your bath and your home. I'd love to see you. Maybe do a quick little, 1, 2, 3 reading, but nothing's ever quick with me. But those are my announcements for today. Like I said, everything else will be in the description. We're just going to get started, okay, guys? I'm going to try to do like a 30-minute reading, so maybe I can go to the gym tonight, possibly go Zumba. We'll see what that's like for me. But yes, let's just get going. See what's cracking on the timeline update. It's March 31st, 2022. It is 6:20 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Central Valley, California. On the table we have the Kipper, Divine Circus, Soul's Journey, and my handwritten deck that I call Divine Guidance, along with the Zodiac. So we're just going to get into it. Holy Spirit, please come down with your angels, my ancestors, loved ones, and spirit guides to protect and guide me as I channel this energy for our growing collective. Please allow me to channel through you clear, honest, and precise messages for us all. And please protect us as I channel this energy from any darkness, evil eyes, spell work, and any of that mess that may very well be lingering around us. And please cast it all to hell where it belongs and shine your divine heaven's white light around us all during this reading. Thank you. Please and thank you. I love and appreciate you all. All right, guys, let's get going. All right. Holy Spirit, what's the Zodiac energy for today's reading? All right, I see the Sun for Leo, Jupiter for Sagittarius. Oh, we got some heavy fire. Heavy fire. And we got the Moon, Cancer. So check your Sun and your Moon, and possibly Jupiter placements. There's no actual Zodiac, so take it how it is for you guys. But so far, Leo, Cancer, and Sagittarius. All right, what does the Divine Circus want to say to start off this reading? What does this Divine Circus need to say to us to open up this reading for the collective spirit? Divine Holy Spirit. Oh, okay. Okay. We have the Brilliant Virgin. Do you want me to shuffle again? Look at the bottom? No? Okay, just one card today. Read the little spiely and let's get going. Here we go. Number 5. In a world where we are bombarded daily with differing opinions and ideas, remaining true to you and your own point of view is nothing short of brilliant. Let go of confusion, distortion, comparison, and compromise. You do not need to compare yourself to another or measure up to anyone or anything else. What matters to you and your successful life journey is to be in touch with your own truth. You know what you feel no matter what anyone else says or believes. Stay true to you. Somebody has differing opinions. Is somebody suffering from ridicule, possibly chastisement from somebody about what they choose to do with their life? Is somebody being, it really feels like ridicule. I feel a very narcissistic energy. All right, where are we going first? Do you want the Kipper? All right, oh boy. Yeah, so here's what I'd like to say. I see wedding on the bottom. Here's what I'd like to say to you. Just starting off from the vibe that I'm getting, okay? I feel like somebody may very well be facing a situation with parental figures. Whatever type of parental figures, whether it be like your actual blood relatives or very close family, like friends of the family, whatever, that may be like ridiculing you and getting on your back about, you know, how they see your life. Well, you said you wanted to do this and you changed your mind, or you wanted to be with this person and you changed your mind. You did this, that, the next thing. This is not how I saw your life for you. This is what I want for you. Look, it's not about how other people feel about you. Okay, everybody has an opinion. Everybody feels a certain kind of way. We're all different for a reason. The thing is, take what they say with a grain of salt. Use your discernment in all things. If you're putting yourself into a position where you can damage or hurt yourself, then maybe you should listen. But if it's for in your heart and in your mind, you feel like it's for the betterment of your life, don't let a single person tell you what to do. Because again, judgment only needs to be coming from one person, or at least the judgment that you care about should only be coming from one being, and that's the Most High, okay? So do what you need to do for you. Don't stress, don't worry. Just think about it like this. Everybody's got an opinion, and they're all like buttholes, and they all stink, okay? And, you know, think about it like this. There may very well be generational gaps where people, you know, women that grew up, you know, in the 50s or the 60s are used to seeing the wife doing a certain kind of thing for the husband, and, you know, that's ingrained in their brain, and they don't realize that, you know, we're in 2022. And, you know, we're all equal in this life, and we should all feel as, you know, we all feel a certain kind of way. And we all want to do certain kinds of things with our lives, with our time. This is our life. This is our golden ticket to do what makes us happy, because we only get one real shot of this. And we don't need to be worrying about what other people have to say or feel about it, whether they're your parents, your really close friends, or people you look at as parents, or, you know, your coworkers, or whatever, just people you've known a real long time, whatever the case may be, people you hold in, you know, high regard. Yes, you may respect them and love them, but it's truly your life. Do you want to be on your deathbed saying, I wish I did X, Y, and Z, but I listened to X, Y, and Z, and now I regret all this? No, you don't want to live with regret, because you're going to have to learn a lot of life lessons for those regrets, okay? And you may very well live in very deep, dark depression because of it. And in all honesty, coming from somebody who definitely deals with depression, not really anymore. It's very, very, like 1% depression anymore in the last 9-10 months. So, you know, but somebody who has suffered with depression most of their life, I never want to feel that again, because I'm too busy worrying about, like, what my mama got to say, what my daddy got to say. I mean, like, if I really gave two flying flippity flops about what my daddy had to say about what I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. So just remember that. They may have given you birth, they may have given you life, but God sent you here for a reason. And if you ain't following what the Most High is telling you to do, what your soul is calling you to do, only you are going to regret it. So let's see what the Kipper has to say. Not these people. They're going to feel like they won. They're going to be caught. It could very well be because they're wanting to live vicariously through you. They may very well be wanting to live vicariously through you. See, you have the life they never had, but in reality, it's not your life. It's not at that point, it's not your life if you're following what they want you to do. You're basically handing them over your power, and that's just, as a divine being, that's not what you're about, or that's not what you should be about. So let's see what the Kipper has to say. A message that may be coming out in a family room. Why everything got to come out in the family room? Is that like because it's just where everybody gathers to sit and have a conversation? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, about a courtship. Something about the courthouse. Oh, Jesus. There's that wedding. All right, one more shuffle. Give me a couple more cards, Spirit. A couple more cards to explain it. Thank you. Oh, Lord. Okay. All right, and on the bottom of the deck, it's a message of concern. Okay. So, there's a courtship and a marriage. And these two came out. Somebody's concerned about the child, something. Somebody's working their ass off, doing a whole lot of stuff. And, okay, Spirit, thank you. Where does the courthouse come into play? Custody, possible divorce, something. This may very well be involved with this. We're going to get into that as time goes through with this message, but somebody's going to get a message Is it going to be an in-person message? On the nose, big time. Somebody may very well be showing up at the house, and there's going to be a sit down in the family room talking about somebody's job, how hard they work, possibly having that cup of love being extended, possibly wanting to date and with the possibility of marriage or possibly an engagement. But there's children involved. How many? There's children. I'm not being told anything more, but there's children involved. And the thing is I want to get some more, because I'm being shown that it may end another situationship that may bring it to the courthouse and possible like custody. A mature woman, poverty. I don't read them in reverse, but they are in reverse. Somebody feels imprisoned in their situation, possibly wondering about what their mama's got to say. And they may be feeling spiritually or emotionally in poverty because they're too worried. They feel imprisoned in the situation. They feel like, they're being judged, which is emotionally depleting them. And they may very well be on a spiritual journey right now, and it's affecting that journey because they're sitting there worried about what mom's got to say about who they may be choosing to be in a relationship and getting married to. Possibly because there's children with other people. Possibly because this person may work his ass off at his job to take care of her, or vice versa. Take it how it is for you, flip it, switch it, reverse it. And this whole thing may be messing up a spiritual journey that would lead to a happy marriage, a happy relationship. But there's definitely judgment, and somebody feels emotionally depleted, spiritually depleted, may not be living with the means that they're meant to have, like living with the abundance they may, because poverty can be in a whole lot more than just this, okay? You can be spiritually in poverty, emotionally depleted. If you got a ridiculing, narcissistic mother on your hands that's sitting there judging you for every damn thing you're doing, can definitely make you feel like you're imprisoned in your own life, like I was saying. Well, what about the children? Why are you going to go and get separated from this person when he works and he or she works and everything's okay and everything, but you guys need to work through it? Well, if you ain't happy, you emotionally unfulfilled, you feel imprisoned in the situation, emotionally depleted, mentally depleted, physically maybe depleted because you can't rest, you can't sleep, you're stressed out, all these things. You're not happy. You're not. It may not be a physically abusive thing. It may not be an emotionally abusive thing, but it could be. I feel like it's more emotionally abusive, emotionally depleting. I feel like there's emotional vampires that are sucking energy out of people and not replacing it, and people don't want to see that. They only want to see, well, he's got a good job, he works real hard for the family, you guys have kids together, so why you want to come over here and possibly meet up with somebody else or start dating somebody else that you could be marrying and bringing and involved with the children? How's the children going to react? How do you know? As the Brilliant Virgin says, it's about what you feel is right for your life. You old enough to be out on your own? You old enough to have kids? You old enough to, if you over the age of 18, you don't live in your mama's house no more? What the hell does she truly got to say about your life other than put her two cents in with her narcissistic behavior? Because that's really what I feel. You can love her, you can respect her, you can do all them things, but in reality, it's your life. Thank you, Spirit. Like I said, don't worry about that judgment. If you're on a spiritual path journey, stay on that spiritual journey. Spirit will guide you where you need to be happy and feel abundant. Maybe have some more kids. Maybe get a job or do something with yourself that you don't have to work your ass off freaking slaving away all the damn time. Feeling imprisoned in a situation that may be depleting you in so many different ways that you're sitting there wanting to rip your hair out. Your hair's falling out. You're exhausted all the time, and you're emotionally and mentally just wanting to, like, literally explode. Don't worry about their judgment, because it's just imprisoning you in your own situation. Let's see what else we got, Spirit. You're on a pathway, journey to a great fortune, okay? And great fortune could be a lot more than there's butterflies all over the place. So, you know, you're opening up, you're developing, you're maturing, you're evolving. And it's all starting with that spiritual journey, that spiritual pathway you're on. You're on the right path. You're on the right path to doing what you need to do to have a happy life. Don't worry about all this right here. Okay? Don't worry about all this. You've got kids, make sure that they're your priority. Make sure that they're well loved, taken care of. They're not seeing nobody fighting. They're seeing nothing but loving and happy parents that are co-parenting well and just doing the right thing. Okay? Don't worry about all this. Don't worry about all this right here, because this right here is literally going to stagnate your life. Okay? Stagnate it. Because you're destined for great fortune in so many different things. Anything else from the Kipper Spirit? Thank you. Laying to rest a situation with lovers. I mean, it fell out right here. They don't want you to lay to rest this relationship with your lover that you're currently with. They don't want you to. Maybe you've been together a long time and they may look at you as a failure in a relationship. But the thing is if they can look back at their entire life and say, I was perfect in every relationship, I've only been married once, I've only been with one person, the person I had my children with, I've been with them this whole time, la 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 la. And if they can say that they're perfect, then they can throw them stones. But if they can't, and they've been married and divorced 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, has kids with all the men, they're all them women, they have no room to judge. Okay? They don't. They don't want to see you lay to rest that relationship. But the thing is you should lay to rest the fact that you may be sitting there and dwelling on their judgment. Lay that to rest. Let Spirit judge them. Don't worry about it, because the thing is you may very well have a new lover that comes in that wants to court you and marry you, that very well will fulfill you and give you a great fortune that may very well be the love and the emotional fulfillment that you need desperately. Okay? Or you may very well end up in, single life, doing all the things that you want to do, living an abundant life on your own, at least for a while, until you get to where you need to go to find the right person that loves you, that'll love you just right. However it is for y'all. But right now you're on a pathway and a journey to a great fortune and a happy marriage. But the thing is something has... I really feel like this together is here, okay? This here is something very different. This is what this mature woman does not want to see you do, is lay this relationship to rest. But I don't think she realizes how much emotional poverty you're in, how much you feel entrapped in this situation, imprisoned in your own life, and she's judging you for it big time. Well, does he do X, Y, and Z? Well, you should be really happy, because no man's going to ever do that for you. Well, how do you know no man? I mean, like, if obviously you think he's the only one? You think he's the only one that's going to let you stay home, take care of the babies, doing whatever it is for yourself that you're doing? Being a spiritual person, raising your children to be spiritual people, trying to be lovers with you, but in reality, this person is emotionally depleting, an emotional vampire that has too many freaking problems that he doesn't seem to want to fix. That you literally feel imprisoned in your own house, emotionally and spiritually depleted. She doesn't want to see that. She just wants to see, oh, he's got a good job. The babies are taken care of. You got a roof over your head and food on your plate. What more can you ask for? Well, a loving relationship where you feel like you're an equal. You're not being taken advantage of. You're not basically raising a man-child or a grown woman that's acting like a child. Like, it can go either which way. we're in 2022. It can be either way. There could be a stay-at-home dad that relies on his significant other to take care of him and the child, because maybe she makes more money. Or maybe the woman staying at home taking care of the babies, you know, taking care of the house because the masculine makes more money. However it is. But mommy dearest don't want to see that happen because she's being blind. She's blind to this over here. Because there's a generational gap. I feel like there's such a generational gap, and possibly just seriously old, outdated ways of thinking that are literally entrapping somebody in their own mind about their relationship because of their judgment from their mother. Possibly because of the kids. More likely than not, it's because of the kids. Anything else from this, Spirit? The main female. Divine Feminine, I'm sorry you're going through this. It's your life, sweetheart. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. Is Daddy feeling this way too? No, Daddy doesn't feel this way. Daddy keeps a distance, maybe because Daddy and Mommy aren't together. Daddy just wants to see his child happy, being happy and successful, pretty much. There may be a wealthy man that may be involved. That may be coming towards this Divine Feminine. I don't know. Spirit, want to clarify with what's going on? Who is this wealthy man? Anybody? Or are we going to do that with a different deck? Anything else from the Kipper? Anything else from the Kipper? The bottom three cards are house, high honor, and sudden wealth. That masculine may very well be coming to your house with a message that may be coming out in your living room, home slice. He may be on a journey to this, possibly with a love offer that may lead to a courtship and marriage. He may hold you in a whole lot of high honor, and he may know very well that you may hold your parents in high honor too, and he doesn't want to disturb that, but he's bringing a sudden wealth with him. I mean, that may very well take care of the parents, the whole family. Yep. Like I was saying, that very well may be taking care of your parents. He may want to help you take care of your parents so they can stop being a jerk, judging. What's this message of concern, Spirit? That he's trying to change, that there's going to be a big change, and there's going to be a change with somebody's official person. Like I was saying, putting to rest a relationship, possibly with an official person. Thinking about the main man. Thoughts about handing the main man an unexpected income to send him on his way. On the nose, big time here. I don't want you to feel this way about the situation. Take this. Go take a vacation. Do what you need to do. Clean up your credit. Find a house close to where we're going to be. Let's just be one happy family, is what I'm seeing in the very near future. Anything else, Spirit? He doesn't want to see anybody in despair, specifically the main female. Okay? He wants to make he's expecting, he wants to get her out of despair, and he's expecting to have her go from feeling all of this to feeling like a privileged woman who's emotionally fulfilled. Usually when I see privileged woman, I think gold digger. Not in this case. This case is specifically somebody that wants to come in and better somebody's life. Multiple people's life. Somebody's entire family. He wants to give abundance in so many different things and heal all different kinds of situations in this particular situation here, because there's a whole lot. And he's thinking about it. He's thinking about it big time, maybe even making him sick. Anything else, Spirit? He doesn't want to be looked at as a thief, ruining a relationship or any of that. He wants to be looked at as somebody that's coming in with good intentions, that wants to give great fortune and love somebody just right. He doesn't want people to be in despair. He doesn't want to have people sick to their stomach and, you know, and stress about, oh, what's going to happen to my grandbabies? What's going to happen to my child? What's going to happen to this? And being stressed out to the point of like, how is she going to be taken when I die? How is she going to be taken care of? Or how is he going to be taken care of? Who's going to take care of my baby? This mother figure may very well be, I want to say hypochondriac. Maybe a little bit of hypochondriac, maybe overly stressed out. Everything may stress this person out. Worrying about when I die, what's going to happen to her? Is she going to be able to take care of herself? Is he going to be able to take care of herself? Putting themselves in despair, worrying about the grandbabies, worrying about who's going to love and take care of her. The thing is I really don't think that this female really needs anybody to take care of herself as the divine feminine. I think it's more of she wants to be emotionally fulfilled, so that way she, you know, she can actually have a real relationship with somebody, and, you know, maybe show her kids that it's okay to, you know, say, I'm not happy here, let's move on and go somewhere where I am happy, and be able to co-parent happily without having any issues and having to fight in the courthouse all the damn time about child support, about visitation, this, that, and the next thing. She may very well want to say, hey, listen, I love you as a friend, I love you as my baby daddy, vice versa, flip it, switch it, reverse it, place yourself where you need to be. However, we're not good lovers, and we need to put this relationship to rest before it affects the kids. And stop staying in loveless relationships or romantically loveless relationships only for the kids. When the kids see that parents are unhappy, it may affect them and say, hey, I miss mom. Why isn't mommy here? Or why isn't daddy here all the time? Why is this person here? It just takes explaining to them the situation, that things happen, that people end up having to, you know, say, yes, we brought you into this world and we love you and that will never change. Daddy's just down the street, and then whenever you want to go, I'll take you. Having good relationships, and it talks, you know, learning about communication, learning about expressing your feelings in healthy ways that don't revolve around fighting in the courthouse all the damn time. Okay? Because people are destined for really great things here, and nobody's going to be left out. It seems like everybody's going to want to be everybody's going to be at the same table. Nobody's trying to steal nobody's woman. Nobody's trying to steal somebody's family dynamic. Nobody's trying to steal nothing from nobody, because people are already feeling imprisoned in the situations they're in. They're not stealing it. They're trying to better the situation so people can get out of emotional poverty, can get out of feeling imprisoned in their own life, feeling stressed out, and possibly to the point where it may very well cause some kind of issue that they may put them in their grave too freaking early. Instead of worrying about what people have to say about their family dynamic, don't worry about it. Take a leaf out of this person's book here and go and remember that you are your own person. You are your own person. This is your life. Do what you need to do for you. Don't worry about what anybody's got to say about it. It's your freaking life. Talk to Spirit. If you're on a spiritual journey, go talk to Spirit about it, so you can stop working your ass off for nothing. And it doesn't feel like you're in just a vicious cycle where you just keep butting your head into the damn same spot all the time and nothing changes. Okay? It's all right to get up and go do what you need to do for you and not have to worry about what other people have to say. Listen, as Gigi has said 100 times, okay, I come from a very, very strict family. My mother's side of my family is Jewish. 75% of my family Roman Catholic, and then we have my father, that's the Christian pastor, and I follow Christian faith. Okay? Alongside with my spiritual practice. Okay? So I have all different kinds of things. People saying, well, I baptized you and this, that, and the next thing, and you should live like this, and this is what I want you to be, and la, 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 la. Listen, if I listened to what my family wanted me to do, I wouldn't be sitting here feeling fulfilled doing this with you guys, giving you my advice, reading these cards, and doing what I'm doing. Okay? I moved 3,000 miles away from my family to be able to get my head straight and get myself to where I needed to be. Message cards? Okay. So, with that being said, don't worry about what other people have to say. Do what you need to do for you. Okay? If God doesn't want you to do it, he wouldn't put you in the situation to do it. He wouldn't be showing you the things that he's showing you to get you to realize that you may or may not be where you need to be. That you may just be in a situation that's a karmic situation to teach you the life lessons that you need to learn to prepare you for your next stage in life. All right, Spirit, what you got for me? Yeah. Emotionally damaged, possibly because there's a sea witch interfering. And mom could be a sea witch too. I definitely feel narcissistic, energy there that could be emotionally damaging. What was I talking about? People worrying about the judgment of somebody and their spiritual journey on the bottom, like I was talking about. I'm going to pull that one because I feel like it's important. Spirit's going to guide you where you need to be. The only one you need to be worried about is Spirit and yourself, your children, and that's it. If you're not happy in your situationship, get out of it. Spirit will give you the opportunity to do what you need to do for you to get you where you need to be. Understand? And if you are a stay-at-home parent and you're worried about, like how are you going to be able to take care of it, Spirit will give you the situation, get you where you need to be. Just have faith, okay? Yep. So you can rise up from the darkness and get away from any wannabe tough guys. Well, he takes care of you, and he's the man of the house, and whatever else it is. I'm your mother and I'm going to tell you what to do, or I'm your father and I'm going to tell you what to do because this is my law. Well, here's the thing. You can have that tough guy attitude towards this person, but not only are you, emotionally damaging them, you may be putting a block on their spiritual journey because your judgment. You're wanting to be a strong hand. You want to think that you know all the things when in reality you only know about 1% of what the reality of the situation is. Rebuke the darkness back to hell where it belongs so you don't have to freaking deal with it. Start playing in the sun more, praying by the moon, and focusing on yourself and your emotional, spiritual, mental growth. So that way you can be a good influence on your kids. This is the real deal, not a test run. This is not like, oh, well, you can just hit the restart button and start all over again. No, this is real life. This is real life. This is your life. This is what you need to do to be happy, because when, like I said, when you're on your deathbed, are you going to regret the things that you're doing? I feel like somebody will if you keep staying in this situation. Spirit will guide you. Pay attention so that you can stay on your spiritual journey and rise up from the darkness and get away from any narcissists. Because you're a sweetheart, and there may very well be somebody that you look at as your sweetheart that needs you to get through this to be able to come your way. May very well be that wealthy man that wants to help invest in you and your family and all the things, or it may not be. It may be somebody else. However it is for you. Holding a grudge. Forgive even when you don't want to. Forgive your parents. Forgive whoever this mature feminine is that's trying to, basically try to live vicariously through you. Maybe holding a grudge about something in their past that may very well be one of the main causes for the way that they're acting. So forgive the situation and move on. Even if they're trying to strong arm you by using ridicule, and there's somebody planning a romantic getaway so somebody can decompress. Be a beacon of light in all of that darkness that surrounds you by those narcissists. Be the sweetheart that you are. Be kind and elegant in all the things that you do. Okay? Because there's somebody that wants to plan a romantic getaway to help you decompress, de-stress, and all of those things. That knows that you're going through a whole lot of crap. possibly understands what you're, maybe you've talked to this person about the narcissistic parents that you may have that cause you to, drama and make you feel emotionally depleted, just as well as all the other people in your life that are emotionally depleting you because they're emotional vampires. Before you choose the wrong one. Listen, if you stay in this relationship that you definitely are feeling like you are basically imprisoned in, before you choose the wrong one, think about what Spirit wants for you. Because if you choose the wrong one, okay, by staying there or staying intimate with this person and possibly put yourself into a position to where you may end up having more kids with them, which will completely screw up any opportunity that you may have with somebody that wants to invest in you, both with love, finances, and playfulness, and all of the sweetness, and all of the things that may help you get out of this emotional damage, that may help you further your spiritual journey. Pay attention, okay? Pay attention to the situation. Actions speak louder than words. Cowardly lion. Be still and know God. And a false twin. Now, this is what I want to say about this. Actions need to speak louder than your words. If somebody's saying, I'm sorry, I'll change, but you don't ever see a change because they're afraid of change, they're not being still and knowing God. They could very well be a false twin. Or we'll just say it like this, they're a karmic situation. Okay? Because anybody that's not your twin or a soulmate, well, I mean, even karmics are soulmates that teach you lessons. Anywho, this may very well be somebody that's there to teach you a lesson about change, about being still and knowing God and standing upon your words. Like if you're going to say, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, and you don't do X, Y, and Z, well, you're not only a liar, but your words will never mean anything. You're a coward. It really comes down to just being a liar. If your actions don't match your words and speak louder than those words, I mean, what really, if your word is your bond, if you don't have that, what do you really have? I really feel like somebody's afraid of change that may very well be emotionally damaged, that doesn't know how to, that may not believe in spirit. While you're on a spiritual journey, they may very well not be, and that could be causing some problems too. That could be emotionally damaging the situation, may emotionally be damaging the children. Messing with somebody that could be manifesting. And the more snoo you give this person, the less likely they're going to change, because they feel like they're getting away with bloody murder. Every time they do something wrong and you're like, okay, let's snoo and everything will be okay for 5 minutes, and nothing really changes. Maybe even after you said, let me help you see the light, let me help you with this, let me help you with that, it doesn't matter. Because there's a sea witch interfering, okay? And it could come right down to people that you really truly trust. People that may come across as a beautiful soul, somebody that may be like your mom, whoever. They're not there for your best interest. They are there to have you do what they think is right for you. While you may very well be connected tantrically to somebody that may be your real twin. You want me to take all of these, just the bottom? Okay. Okay. That may be very well calling out to you spiritually, and that's why you're feeling like this. But right now you're dealing with the major schmuck. Final messages, Spirit. Let's get some final messages to close this out before 45 minutes, please. Just believe that Spirit has you on the path He wants you to teach you the lessons you need to learn. And just think about possibly any tokens of love that may have been given to you by somebody that really holds your heart. Okay? That person you may very well be tantrically connected to. Switch it, flip it, and reverse it however you need to place yourself in this reading where you belong, okay? You really are worthy of true love, not just false love from somebody that doesn't know how to keep their word, and that's a coward and afraid of change. That may very well be stuck in the in-between, wanting to change and not knowing how, or whatever the case may be. Okay. Don't let people who have their own problems, that don't know how to, you know, think for themselves, affect your life. Let's get some closing messages from Soul's Journey. And then I'm going to the gym for some laps in the pool. Yes, I am. All right. Spirit, what else we got? Last final messages for the collective. Worry about your health. Mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical health. Worry about that. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. I know what I'm here to do. You have a purpose, okay? That requires you to be bring a state of perfect harmony into your world, and do so without judgment. Don't worry about lay it to rest. Okay, certain things need to end to be able to have the things that you are meant to have in your life. You understand? I learned that endings are merely beginnings. So that way you can have your happiness. All right, I'm aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path. Are you happy? I'm being told, nah, so, not really. Well, then you're so, not really on the right path. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for possibly, you know, we'll just say, let's say like this, you are capable of being co-parenting healthily with somebody, that you're, you know, you're being well taken care of in the physical, but in the emotional, not so much. Be grateful for everything. Be grateful for right down to everything, right down to the breath in your lungs, because the thing is, as the more you are grateful, the more that you are, the more Spirit's going to be there on your side. I can accomplish what I set my mind to because you are disciplined. Now, if you're not disciplined, then you need to start disciplining yourself, learning discipline, getting on a schedule and a routine and staying there. Okay? Not if you know, specifically, I'm being told with meditation and prayer and journaling. I accept the challenges are the best way to learn. Well, you right now are dealing with the challenge to get you to where you are, so you can stop worrying about the judgment of others and worry about the judgment of yourself and the Holy Spirit. Okay, this says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. This particular, your family members, whoever it is that's judging you and making you feel like you're imprisoned in your own life because they feel like this is what, you know, you're married, this is what God says that you need to do. And if you, the thing is yes, if you've been blessed under the Most High and you guys have been married and you believe in the sanctity of marriage and you've put in all the work, you've done all the things, and you still feel emotionally depleted and completely stressed out, then don't worry, you know, don't worry about it. You can go be on your own unique path. If you put in all the effort, if you've done all the work, and you're not just running away because you're scared, nah. If you're running away just because you're running away because you just don't want to put the work in, different freaking story. But if you put in the work and you've gone to the counseling and you've talked it out and you've walked it out and you've tried to do everything and you're still in the same situation, going through the same cycle over and over and over and over and hitting the same fucking wall over and over and over, at that point, you're just literally staying stuck and stagnant, and it's time for you to move on, because you want to be successful. You don't want to fail at life. You want to do all the things that you have your heart set on. So go do them, and understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. And this relationship, I wouldn't say any relationship is a mistake. However, it's not a failed relationship. You just there's somebody else out there it's better suited for you. Okay, because you're meant to be successful. I know that there is no greater goal than to love, but the thing is if you're the only one putting in the effort, well, I mean, it's not an equal give and take relationship. Have the courage to find the inner strength that you need to face the fears with confidence. And if you're afraid of being alone, well, maybe this is the thing that you need to, this is what God is trying to tell you, is that you need to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. So forgive who needs to be forgiven, so that way you can be forgiven. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Well, that is very true. So forgive who needs to be forgiven, so that way you can be forgiven in your own endeavors and things that you've done wrong, and then that way you can be happy and go where you need to go. Any final messages, Spirit? Don't be in denial. These people may very well be in denial. I don't believe it. I don't believe that you guys are having a hard time. You guys seem so happy on, in pictures. I see you guys doing all these fun things. You guys aren't. Well, do you know what's going on behind closed doors when everybody's asleep, and the conversations that are happening, or the lack thereof, the lack of intimacy, the lack of, change for the best, for the better, the lack of discipline in a relationship, the lack of gratitude, the lack of balance that could be causing people their health, lack of maturity, lack of love, lack of patience, lack of self-esteem on certain people's behalves. Like, y'all don't know every damn thing. Like, if you think you know all the things, you sorely mistaken. If you reside here in the 3D, you don't know all the things. If you reside here in the 3D, you are not, you don't know all the things. Unless you God in the physical form, you don't know all the things. Okay? You have no right to judge anybody's situation. I don't care. See, the thing is I really feel like there's a religious thing there. Or somebody said, well, I screwed up this and I don't want to see my grandkids go through this because that's what my kids went through and I don't want that's all, folks. It's all because they're in denial. They're trying to live vicariously through you, and it ain't fair. So forgive them. Understand that this is your life and you want to be loved and you want to be happy and healthy. And don't let them guilt you. Like, I like to call it the Jewish guilt in my household, specifically with my mother. So you may be dealing with some kind of guilt that they're trying to, well, what about the babies? And what have you guys been together a real long time? Beep, 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 beep. That's all, folks. Yeah. All it is guilt, because they're trying to live vicariously through you and not think about anything else other than what they see, because they think they know all the things. There's serious narcissism here. Serious narcissism. Possibly because their self-esteem is diminished. They don't know how to stand on their own 2 feet. And all they know is, well, I've been married like 100 years, and if I didn't have my man, how would I survive? Well, it's because you lack independence, and you don't know how to do all the things on your own. And you've just been conditioned to think that this is acceptable. And instead of, teaching your child or your whoever how to, grow into who they need to be for this day and age, you're sitting here trying to guilt them into what you want to do. Nah, bro. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness, and that's what somebody's possibly wanting to do. And they may very well be some of these people are trying to stagnate them, possibly, close friends, trying to lay their beliefs on somebody else, when in reality, they may not know all the things either. I understand that a friend in my life is in my life for a reason, to teach you the things that you need to be taught. Could very well be, the person that you may have the children with, that if you stay there and you don't put that relationship into a friendship kind of situation, you may regret staying there. You may hold resentment that may make you feel sick to your stomach, and you may miss out on a whole lot of situations. Take that as confirmation. All because you listen to the judgment of other people instead of persevering and doing what you need to do, knowing that you can do anything on your own with the help of God. So maybe you need freedom. Maybe you need that romantic getaway with somebody that just wants to help you decompress and learn to accept yourself for who you are before you live in grief for the rest of your life, because you're doing something that you're going to regret by staying in a relationship you don't want to be in anymore, because you're unfulfilled and unhappy, instead of finding the lighter side of life, instead of constantly living in stress where it may very well be affecting your health. Somebody may very well be having headaches and stomach problems, and there needs to be change so there can be peace. On the bottom of the game, blame. There may very well be, well, why is the baby always crying? You left him and that's your fault and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to blame you. Well, maybe you should take some empathy and try to hear both sides of the situation, instead of, thinking you know all the things. Maybe surrender that narcissism so you can understand what's going on, and stop doubting your child that is making changes for the better for themselves. Maybe, use your imagination to kind of think of maybe what they're going through. Use your mind. Think about it. Think about how many times you hear this person on the phone saying, you know, why, well, I don't feel like this is going right, or, you know, listen, hear everything. Don't hear what you just want to hear, okay? Because you have pride and ego and you want to be proud. Oh, well, they've been together 20 years and they have all these beautiful children and a beautiful house and all of this, but when you look at the two of them, there's no happiness in their eyes, and they're smiling in their mouth, but their eyes are tired and exhausted and they're miserable. Possibly because they fear the judgment of their family. Possibly because they fear growth. Possibly because they fear, you know, well, if I don't do this and God sees us as married, and, you know, is he gonna send me to the pits of hell because I didn't do what he wanted me to do? When in reality, God's trying to get you to, you guys are fighting and arguing and not, you know, maybe you guys aren't snooing or whatever the case may be, and he's doing this to show you that no, you don't need to fear leaving, because this is where you're not supposed to be here. They may very, like I said, they may be living vicariously through you, maybe envying your situation, because they're indecisive in their life and they don't know how to stand on their own 2 feet and get their own damn abundance. They're worrying about where your abundance may come from, maybe worrying about your financial situation, thinking that this is just for financial gain. Possibly because the person that you're with may like helping you, maybe not. Maybe worried about how other people are going to look at you, other relationships that you may have, friends or whatever. But they don't know how to trust in God. They don't want you to be lonely. They want you to be happy. They think you're happy in the situation and in your life, and you're not, honestly. You know? Whatever the case may be. So here's what I'm going to say to close this out before we hit an hour. You need to do what you need to do for you. Don't worry about what other people have to say. Don't let your parents live vicariously through you because they're miserable and pissed off about their choices in life, okay? Don't. Because it's only going to keep you stuck and stagnant, and you're never going to grow into the person that you need to be. So when Spirit gives you the sign, when Spirit gives you the say, hey, look, it's time for you to go, you'll have all your ducks in a row. So start praying and meditating, journal when you need to, listen to spirits, be still and know God, and wait for the sign, because it's going to come. Okay? This, again, time is fluid. Take it how it is, past, present, or future. All right, folks? Anything else, Spirit? No, I can close this reading out. Okay, thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, angels, ancestors, loved ones, and spirit guides. I close this reading. Thank you all. I love you all. Okay. That's all I got for you guys. I hope this, if it resonates, please let me know down in the comments below. Please hit the like button. And until next time, know Gigi loves you. Light, love, and blessings. Bye for now.